How's it going, everybody? It is Guardian, and for the second video on our epic return back to YouTube and Pokemon Trading Card Game Live, we have Cynthia's Garchomp. Cynthia's Garchomp has been a really fun card ever since that it got revealed. I was like, this is going to be great. I was a big Cynthia fan for legitimate reasons. I like her team. I think that everything about her was awesome. And Garchomp is like it's a top 10 Pokemon for me. It's a top 10. I like Garchomp. Garchomp is cool, especially considering that it evolves from Gabite, and Gabite is probably one of my favorite stage 1 evolutions, you know, middle of the road. Gabite is fire, but Gible just got that energy. It just bites everything like Dano, and I love it so much. But let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. First things first, we have our 2/2 Roselia Roserade line. Now, what Roserade does is it allows your Cynthia's Pokemon to do 30 more damage, and this stacks. This isn't just like a once per Roserade, and then it just completely ends off right there. If you have 2 Roserade, you're doing 60 more damage, and that can sort of help you fix some math, because that allows your Pokemon to do a little bit more damage, and makes your first attack a little bit more viable. And we can get into that in a little bit. We play 2 copies of Munkidori, just be able to play some ping pong with our opponents, and be able to make sure that damage that we put on them actually matters just a little bit more. It's nothing too crazy. 2 Munkidori. We don't play anything like 3 or 4 like everyone's jumping into their decks. I personally, if you ask me, this card should be banned. We're not going to go ahead and get into that. Our next Pokemon is going to be Gible, Gabite, and Garchomp. But Gabite's the one that you really want to look at because of that Champion's Call ability. And once during your turn, you may search your deck for Cynthia's Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. If you've got like 4 Gibles out, you get 1 Gabite to evolve into, and then all of a sudden your whole bench is like damn near filled with Gabites. And then you're going to be able to use like that last Gabite's ability to grab a Roserade, because you have like 4 Gibles in play and you have a Roselia on the bench. Just go ahead and get your 4 Gabites and get that Roserade and then evolve into it. We play 2 copies of Cynthia Spiritomb, which does 10 damage times the amount of damage on your benched Cynthia's Pokemon. This thing can sweep really hard late game, especially considering the amount of damage that your opponents are going to be doing to you. You're not getting one shot. So if something's on your bench, because Garchomp has free retreat, and we completely skipped over Garchomp. Let's not even do that. Let's not disrespect. Garchomp has the attacks Corkscrew, Dive, which for 100 damage and a single fighting energy lets you draw cards until you have 6 into your hand. Currently bugged on TCG Live right now. It forces you to drop to 6, which could deck you out, but hopefully we don't encounter that today. Hopefully. And for 2 energy, we have Draconic Buster for 260 and discard all energy from this Pokemon. 260 plus 60. Go ahead and do the math. That's 320. That's enough to knock out a Dragapult EX if you have both of your Roserades in play. But we don't. We got more than that. We got more than that cooking. Got an average item lineup. We got 4 copies of Buddy-Buddy Poffin. That's going to get you every single Pokemon in this deck except for Munkidori, but we got ways to get around that. 2 copies of Counter Catcher, considering you're probably going to be on the back foot for a little bit. This is a bit of a slower deck. You don't do really any rare candy shenanigans with Cynthia's Garchomp. Got 1 copy of Earthen Vessel. We play Earthen Vessel to get our fighting energies and to get our dark energies for Munkidori to sort of play that ping pong game that everyone likes to play. 2 copies of Night Stretcher. Night Stretcher over Rod. I feel it was a little bit better in this deck. I'm not entirely too sure. Maybe we go 1 Night Stretcher, 1 Rod. But I personally feel like Night Stretcher is going to be able to help you out a little bit more than Rod does. We got 2 copies of Ultra Ball to be able to discard 2 cards from our hand and search our deck for any Pokemon, and then put it into our hand. 2 copies of Artazon, which when we play it onto the field, we can search our deck for any basic Pokemon like Munkidori that we can't get out with Buddy-Buddy Poffins, and put it onto our bench. Supporter lineup is pretty simple. For Arven, item card, Pokemon tool card. We play a lot of tool cards in this deck, so the Arven's going to be very, very essential for us to get the ball rolling a little bit quicker than usual. 2 copies of Boss's Orders. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. A lot of people like to play the 2 boss. I do too. I think 2 boss is more than enough for this deck. If you can force 4 prize cards, I think at that point it really doesn't matter afterwards what you can really get done with the deck. Next up, we got 1 copy of Crispin, because we play 2 different energy types. Crispin allows us to search for both of them and attach them to our Pokemon. Essentially, if you didn't attach per turn, Crispin allows you to get a second attachment per turn. We got 4 copies of Iono, which seems like a lot, but I think it's honestly going to be fair enough. I don't really see too many situations where Iono is going to be very, very not helpful to have in hand, because it's just a fresh hand, fresh reset. 3 copies of Cynthia's Power Rate, which makes your Cynthia's Pokemon get plus 70 HP. All of a sudden, your 330 HP Garchomp is going to have 400 HP. That's 2 Phantom Dives, and with 3 Phantom Dives if you have a Munkidori in play. Let that sink in. Got 1 copy of Experience Share. We can sort of toss this onto a Spiritomb to be able to swing really hard if we get knocked out, or we can put this on another Garchomp that's sitting on the bench to get ready to hit that Draconic Buster for a return KO. Our ace spec of choice is going to be Max Belt, which allows us to do 50 more damage to Pokemon EX. So, you know, 160 plus 50, you know what I mean? That's not bad. That's not bad for Corkscrew Dive. And guaranteeing the one shot with Draconic Buster is going to be great. We also play 3 Dark Energy and 3 Fighting Energy. Yeah, this deck is honestly not even too complicated. I feel like that was a very quick deck overview. But, yeah, I kind of like to get straight into business. So let's go ahead and get into game number 1. Starting off with game number 1. They are not giving us any clues onto the deck that they're playing right now. And I kind of like it like that. Keep me surprised. But our opponent's going to be calling the coin flip. And we're going to end up figuring out what they're going to be doing right now, because we got a lot in store right now. We got a lot in store for our opponent. I mean, are they going to flip the coin? They flip the coin. Incredible. So we get to choose whether or not we want to go first. And I think we do want to go first with this deck, considering we don't play any TM Evo shenanigans. So definitely going second would be good if you have a TM Evo. But since we don't, it doesn't really matter too much. And we open up with a right hand, because next turn we can get the power weights out. Or next turn we can get the Poffin for double Gibbles. I can't even speak today. Sorry, I'm kind of really tired. Oh, we don't even need it. See, like, I am telling you guys, I speak it into existence every time. Never doubt a single thing I've ever said. All right, if I say it's going to happen, it's definitely going to happen. So let's go ahead and get that Gible down, touch an energy, get the power weight on, and let's move on. Because next turn we can Ultra Ball for the Gabite and get another Gabite, and then we can get a Roselia down. Or, depending on what we get, we can sort of make a couple of other things happen. But as of right now, we're kind of chilling. We don't really need anything too crazy. So let's go ahead and see what they're going to do. They're going to play Nest Ball. This is going to clue us into what they're actually playing. I'm expecting a Rolth to hit the field, considering that they are Gimme Ghouls. So we're playing against Goldango. Interesting. Alrighty, I'm not even mad at that. So let's go ahead and see what else they got with their hand. I'm not really too surprised to go against the Goldango. We did go against the Goldango in the last game that we played with Chiampao. But it seems like the manual attach per turn is going to go straight onto the Munkidori. And they're going to go ahead and pass it straight on to us. So let's see what we top deck here. Iono's great. Do I want to go for the... Yeah, well, Iono. We'll give me and my opponent a fresh hand. Let's see what we can draw into off of this Iono. And do we get a Gabite? No, we don't, but we do get a Roselia. And we can go ahead and pop in for another Gible. Yeah, I think we just hold. We're definitely going to hold out right here. And we're going to see what else we can get done here. Also, I don't like that I have multiple different arts of Garchomp in my deck. I would really like to be able to craft the SIR ones, but I guess I'll stick with the gold ones because they're cool too. Gimme Gold does hit the field in the retreat into Goldango. You can see a Metal Energy and Energy Search Pro to sort of facilitate a knockout. Let's go ahead and see what we get off of this. The double Coiny Want Boing Boing. Shout out to Avery. We do have the Make It Rain. Do you have the 2 energy? Do you have 2 energy? Let's go ahead and let's see what you got, boss. Because I really don't want to put 2 Cynthia's Garchomp back on that deck. But then again, if we Iono and we get a Gabite, it's going to reshuffle the deck, and it really doesn't matter at that point. We can Gabite, and then get a Roserade, and then we can do a couple of other things. So I think I just Iono again next turn, because they're going to Energy Search Pro, more than likely. They're going to play it. They don't need to use many energy, and we can go ahead and just ruin their day, because they're going to have to dig for a lot of that to get back, and they're only going to discard 2, so a lot of the energy that they have is going to be on the bottom of their deck. So I think we'll be doing good if we hit them with an Iono here, because they're definitely going to be searching out that Energy Search Pro, grabbing like 8 different types of energy, unless they don't. If they're a smart player, they'll grab some Poffin Defiance Band. Does our Spiritomb live? I don't think we get knocked out this turn. I think he just chills out for a moment here and sort of rethinks the situation. But I definitely don't want to Iono him into an Energy Search Pro, but I might not have too much of a choice. I could get Arven for Ultra Ball Power Weight and then figure out a couple of things from there. But 2 more Gimme Goal hitting the bench. not too worried about any of that happening right now. They are weak to fire though, so I guess we'll end up seeing what they're gonna do right here. And it looks like they're gonna be doing the good old make it rain. Do they have the energy necessary? Yes, they do. Getting rid of a fire and a darkness energy. Our Spiritomb is now knocked out, so we're gonna end up seeing what we got going on right now. We will promote the Gible with the energy on it. Here's where I kind of wish we played Rare Candy, but we don't. We play the Gabite. They would need to discard 4 energy to be able to hit this knockout, so I'm not really too worried about them doing anything. And I do think that in this scenario, we keep the hand, and then we just Arven for like Vessel and something else that we can get rid of. Because we will be doing a little bit of a lot here. Let's go ahead and use the last Gabite to grab a Roserade. Do we have 2? Yes, we do. And we're going to be hitting for 70. Let's go ahead and Arven for Vessel. Vessel is prized. That's fine. Let's get EXP share and an Ultra. Nah, we want to grab Poffin here. Let's see if we can lock something in the active. Let's EXP share onto... Actually, no, we're just going to keep the EXP share. Let's go ahead and just counter catch up Munkidori and hit it. Not for a lot, but we're going to be hitting it. And now it's on to them to do what they want to do. Did we capture our opponent? Is the question. I don't think we did. Not one bit. They would need to attach retreat, find 4 energy in the hand, and then all while using one of them. So they would need to have a total of 5 energy, but they will be using the Vensia, so they will get the energy necessary to attach Iono. That's rough. But I guess we'll see what we get here, because we can just Gible for the Garchomps and stuff like that. So we have a way to search. So realistically, we don't really need to worry too much. I mean, we have double Artazon, so we can bump their stadium twice if they decide to play more. And then we can just search out for our Garchomps. And they're not going to be able to hit an Oko on our Garchomp. Unless, yeah, they would need 8 energy to KO our Garchomp. I don't think that's going to happen. But as of right now, they only need 4. So I guess we'll sort of figure out what they're going to be doing right now. I imagine they get another Golden Go. Or Goldengo. I don't even care how people pronounce it. I honestly, whatever, pronounce the Pokemon however you want, as long as I know what Pokemon you're talking about. It's not that big of a deal. They get rid of a Gimme-Ghoul, Buddy-Buddy Poffin. I guess they don't really see the need for any more Goldengos, but they will be benching a Goldengo. I imagine that they're going to attach retreat this Munkidori. If they don't, that's going to be rough. But I mean, do they just feed me Munkidori here and you just call it a day? Because that would be kind of sad to see. The Ultra Ball does come out, so they're probably going to get another Goldengo and then coin bonus a couple of times. TM Evo basic fighting, so they probably have another energy in the hand because I don't think they have a lightning in the discard pile to get with Lavencia. Yeah, so there it is. Coin bonus one more time. Do they dig deep enough to find what they need? Pheasantipity does hit the field. I didn't take a knockout, so not drawing 3. And they pass. Awesome. So, with that, we're going to say no to this. And we're going to Champion's Call for 2 more Garchomps. We're going to grab them straight off the bottom of the deck. And we only have 2 in deck, so I guess we can sort of bait a little bit here. Grab a Roselia. They're hoping that I take the knockout here so that they can Fez for 3. But do I want to do that? I don't know. But we're definitely going to get some Munkidori action going on sooner or later. And we're going to go ahead and attach that here. Let's go ahead and get a Munkidori ready to start going crazy. And I think that going for a knockout here, yeah, let's do it. Just in case they find the dark energy and start moving damage around and change that to reducing the energy cost required for a KO by 1, because we are on a strict, you need 8 energy to knock me out right now. So they do promote Gholdengo. Do they have what it takes? Because they would need to find 8 energy. They're probably getting a coin bonus for 2 and then Fez for 3. So they have a 7-card hand. They would... I can't... do they have it? I don't think they do. I mean, they might be able to find a way to knock out this active Garchomp, but I doubt it, considering that they do have 3 different types of energy cards in the discard pile. So their Energy Search Pro is going to get them a little bit less than they probably desire. So they're going to be drawing a lot more with Gholdengos on the bench. Do we ever Draconic Buster here? And just take the easy KO? Or do we sit, tank... Okay, so they are going to be getting... Is it... Any number of basic energy? Okay, so it's not different. So they're going to be hitting for 200 at least. Do they have the other 4? Because if they have the other 4, that's going to be very, very upsetting. But I can't really blame them at all for playing how they're playing right now. I mean, Gholdengo is a pretty fun deck to play. It's just not something necessarily that I would do. Would not be able to see myself playing Gholdengo in the future. But Earthen Vessel does come out, so they're going to grab an extra 2 energy. So that's what, 6 energy? They need 2 more. They would need 2 more to be able to get this knockout. Do we ever see it? Because we can swing with the Oko of our own. Let's see if they have it. Do you have what you need, my friend? Do you have all 8? Yeah, they do. Okay, so that's cool. There goes Garchomp. They take a 2-price KO, but we're going to be slapping back with one of our own. And they're probably going to end up being upset about that, because what we will do here is we'll attach this to our active. We'll Ultra... Do we have a Dark Energy in the discard pile? No, we don't. Okay, so we're going to Artazon right now for a Spiritomb, because I don't think that they'll have another Oko, but we're going to Draconic Buster here. Do I have anything that I'll... Yeah, I guess we'll do it. We're going to go for a KO of our own. Completely sending them to the discard pile. Taking our 2 prize cards, and what do we get here? We get a Gible and a Poffin. That doesn't help us at all. But they do promote the Gholdengo. Do you have the Superior Energy Retrieval, like the 2 of them, or Energy Search Pro, or whatever? Do they have the nuts, is what I'm basically trying to facilitate or ask right now. We could KO the Fez. I feel like that's just there right now, and if we can draw into a boss's orders or something similar, that Fez is coming right up. So I imagine that after all that draw, they're probably going to end up finding all that they need to get another KO. They need Energy Search Pro now? For a single metal energy. Interesting. So they're going to bump the stadium. They're going to get an extra energy card from the discard pile. Put it into their hand right now. So I guess we'll see. I mean, do they have the Superior Energy Retrieval? They have a Night Stretcher. Let's see what they have in the discard. They have only used 1 Superior. So I imagine that after drawing all those cards, they'll have at least 1 more. And then get the KO. But I could be wrong. I have been wrong in the past. I could be wrong right now. And are we cooked? Arven, we're gonna grab the Superior Energy Retrieval. They're playing really like slow right now. They're thinking really hard, and honestly, I feel like I can't even get mad at that. So here it comes. The Superior Energy Retrieval is gonna get 4. That's like what, 6 in hand? They have enough, right? Do they need 6? No, they need 7. They would need 7, and I feel like they have it. They definitely have it in hand right now. There's no way they don't have 7 energy, and if they don't, we're going to be swinging with Spiritomb for an easy 1-hit KO. But half that hand needs to be energy, and I feel like it's possible. Plus, they need to attach. They would actually need to get 8 energy in hand. So do they have the KO? Guess we'll find out. They better have it, because Spiritomb is going to be hitting really hard. And they have it. Yep. Okay. So maybe we draw into an Iono or something here to be able to make things a little bit easier on us. Boss KO on Fez feels good right now, because that limits their draw power. We're going to bump their Stadium. Let's boss their Fez up. Stop that from being a problem. Let's grab a Gible. Is there anything that we can really draw into right now? I don't know. Maybe... I mean, I just kind of wish that I had more power weight to play with, but maybe we'll be able to take this out and they won't have what they need to get another KO. But we just drew into... Yep, TCG Live. I love TCG Live. Maybe they just Night Stretcher Fez and they have a game, but I don't know. It was close at the end of the day. It's just a bunch of big Pokos back and forth. So if we do lose game one, I'm going to be a little bit sad about that. But you know what? It's going to be all right. Yep. Yippee. That's going to get them 2 Lightning Energy. They have a boss. This clips. Yep. I shouldn't have benched that Gible. So that's going to be game number 1. And we are going to be 0 for 1 with the Cynthia's Garchomp. I did make an oopsie daisy. But you know what? That's fine. If I have to lose like that, then I won't mind losing like that. So I'll catch you guys in game number 2. Welcome to game number 2. So we are continuing here with the Cynthia's Garchomp. Last game, maybe going second would have been easier for us. But then again, we did just have... our opponent had everything that they needed every single turn. So I can't get too upset about that. It happens like that. Especially when I'm playing against my opponent. My opponents always have what they need constantly, and they will never not have what they need at all points in the game. That's sort of the philosophy for how Guardian DPTCG plays. And this would be phenomenal if this was just a Gible. Actually, no, it wouldn't. It'd be horrible. Let's go ahead and see what we get here. Gible, I like this hand a lot. Do we still have the nuts? Do we draw into a Gabite? So they do have a Hoot in play. I'm thinking Raging Bolt or Zard. That's what I want to say. Let's go ahead and prize check. So we do have all of our Gibles. We're missing our Garchomp. We have all of our Roserades. Boss, we're missing an Iono. Got these. We're missing 2 Poffins. Or 1 Poffin, rather. I'm using 1 right now. And we're lost on a Darkness Energy. So, it's fine. Things happen. We'll go ahead and grab a Roselia. Put that onto the bench. And I think we just attach this here. They knock us out. Whatever. So, onto our opponent. Let's go ahead and see what they got for us. A Nest Ball for probably Raging Bolt, Ogerpon, Lap. Yeah, cool. Did not expect that. I cannot say that that was something that I was expecting to see. So, do we have some sort of funny deck that we're playing against? There goes Fan Rotom, so they're probably going to get the Noctowls. Maybe they Iono me. Or Iono them. If we top deck a Gabite, that'd be insane. They grab 2 normal type Pokemon with that Fan Rotom, so I guess we'll sort of figure out what they're going to be doing. Lapras is a very interesting deck. Crispin does end up coming out right here. So did they double attach the Latios? The Lapras. I'm sorry, I'm really tired right now. I shouldn't be recording, but there's that cool looking Psychic Energy. I guess we'll sort of figure out what they're doing right now. So they attach 1 to the active. They're probably going to retreat. Go ahead and attach 1 to Fan Rotom. Take the knockout. Very solid play from my opponent. Can't really get too upset at all about that. It happens. So, Let's go ahead and promote our Gible. And we draw into a Poffin. We're gonna evolve into Roselia. Or Roserade. God, I am out of it. Let's go ahead and bench something. Let's get another Munkidori. So hopefully we grab a Gabite, because if not, Gible's going down. Or... Okay, so that's gonna help us out here and grab what we need. Ultra Ball away that. We can't really get rid of the darkness energy. I guess Counter Catcher is the more, or the most cuttable card right now in this hand, because we need to start evolving our Pokemon ASAP. On the bright side, we are taking the one-hit KO. No, we're not, because we have resistance. My fault. My fault. You're weak to steel because you're an ice type. So, as sad as that is, maybe they just hit us and then we Munkidori the damage back. Maybe. But that 40 might actually become very relevant later on, considering that we can move 3 damage counters from our Pokemon onto their Pokemon using Munkidori. So, is this a High Dragon that uses Lapras for its engine? Because that's interesting. But High Dragon might actually be a problem. Rare Candy, Sparkling Crystal. So yeah, we want to not have that Iono turn into a High Dragon. Maybe? Yeah. I feel like that's on our to-do list, is stop the bastard from doing its thing. Do they Assault Landing here? I feel like they know that we have Munkidoris in place, so I can't imagine that they do. But maybe they actually do. Maybe they do. And I'm just overthinking it. Here comes the Artazon. As I suspected, they grab another Dino. So they're trying to confirm a High Dragon coming out next turn. And Iono would feel so phenomenal right now, you have no idea. If I can get an Iono off this top deck, oh my goodness. If not, I just Arven for Counter Catcher, bring up Lapras with that heavy 2 retreat cost, and sort of force them to move around a little scary. Move differently, as the kids say nowadays. But as of next turn, we're going to be using Champion's Call a couple of times, grab our Garchomps, evolve into the Gabite, TM Evo. So we are trying to guarantee this High Dragon comes out. And honestly, I'm not even mad. I cannot be mad at that, because I respect a man on their High Dragon grind. Because that might be our next video, is a redo of High Dragon EX. Because that card is phenomenal. I don't know. It's not what I want. But, you know what we do want here is you and you. Attach this here. Bring me up one of you. We attach this to the Munkidori. Champion's Call. Grab 2 Garchomp. Maybe we grab the only 2 that we have. That might, yeah. Because we can't get more than 2. We don't have more than 2. So let's go ahead and evolve. Evolve. Corkscrew Dive for 130. And draw a whole lot of nonsense. But maybe get our Garchomp out. No, we don't. We get a Dark Energy. That's actually good. So now we can use Munkidori a little bit better. So this is why this does come out. They probably have the High Dragon in hand, the Sparkling Crystal, but that means that they don't play Neo Upper. So at most, you're going to be using Crashing Headbutt, and they're not knocking out. We're not weak to Dark, we're weak to Grass. So, why'd I check that? I should know better at this point. So, we'll go ahead and see what we got going on here. Go ahead and see what they got going on. They attached the... Oh, okay. So the Crashing Headbutt is coming out for 200 damage. Crispin Iono Artazon, I could be more angry about that, but I'm really not, because we're going to be playing some funny ping pong here. Do we ever... We swing for 290. Trying to figure out what the best course of action here is, because we definitely take out the Fan Rotom on the bench, even up the prize trade. We're hitting for 130. Get another Garchomp. That's actually a lot bigger than I would imagine or hope it is. We don't want to Iono and give them a fresh hand. We'll move 30 off of this. So we're hitting for 290. So I think here we boss up Hoot Hoot. We take the KO. We draw a couple of cards. 4-0. Now hear me out. They're gonna Crashing Headbutt next turn. Right? Unless they do Obsidian, which would sort of do a lot to us right now. An Obsidian play would really hurt. But I don't think they got it like that. But if they do, they do. There's the Crystal. Do you have the other? Yep. Okay, so we are going to get Obsidian. That's going to take out 3 Pokemon, and I think that's going to be... I'm crying. But could be worse. Could definitely be worse. There goes both our Munkidoris. But we can Night Stretcher one of them back. And I think that we just Iono here, right? Because we EXP shared this one. We attach an energy. So yeah, let's hope that we get what we got to get off of this. We get a power weight and 2 Arvens. Not good. So we're gonna just hit for 290 because they're gonna be knocking us out next turn regardless. And now we have a route to Munkidori off onto this and get a little crazy. Because if they Obsidian again, they're gonna be... I think they just win, right? Did they win? Yeah, they do. Yep, we needed that dark energy really bad. But that's gonna be game number 2. That was really quick. And that just shows you the power of Hydreigon. I'm not even mad. Not even mad. We definitely needed that dark energy. And that lack of it is sort of what cost us the game right there. But hopefully we can at least win one of our games with Cynthia's Garchomp. So I can put on a little bit of a... At least it's not a... Maybe we'll be even. Maybe we'll be even for the first 2 games. Or first 2 decks. Okay guys, moving on to game number 3. We have Mr. Mysterio. I like that. I completely misread that, but it's all right. Actually, I didn't. I did not misread that. Let's go. Hopefully, game number 3 actually goes all right, because I'm actually just really, really tired right now. I probably shouldn't have recorded a second game today, but hey, whatever. I'm gonna record 3 games on the weekends, just to make it a little bit easier to upload them Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then once we go ahead and start doing that Throwback Thursday series, that I'm not going to mention anymore because I kind of just spoiled that, but that's for another time. Once we end up starting to do another series on the channel that goes up on Thursdays, probably bi-weekly, we'll end up having a consistent upload schedule once again. Because if I can put away like 2 or 3 hours on the weekends to record. It's not really that serious. Chi-Yu! I like this. This is going to be a fun one. I'm ready. Let's go ahead and Artazon for a single Gible. Let's attach the active and pass. And see what's going to be going on here on out.
Hatch on a Chi-Yu. Jealousy Sims could be kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not really too I mean, what can they really get rid of besides, like, everything that I play? Because that could suck. It depends on what they get rid of with the Jealousy Sims, because if my opponent decides to... I'm okay with that. I'm all the way okay with that. That doesn't bother me too much at all. Here comes the Ultra Ball, actually. So, let's go ahead and use Gabite. Let's grab Artazon. Let's grab another Gible. No, we grab Roselia. And now we do... Gabite. And then next turn we can evolve into Garchomp. If they don't Oko me with Charcadet. Or Ceruledge, rather. So now we get Gible out. Let's Arven for Power Weight. Poffin. And now we just get another Roselia down. Do we ever Spiritomb? Yes. Yes, we do. Catch Power Weight sort of increase the odds of us not getting Oko'd right here. And I think that we'll swing for 40. And I guess we'll figure out what's going to be going on with our opponent during the next couple of turns here. Because, honestly, there's a couple of things that we can do, but we can evolve Garchomp, Gabite, or... I don't know. Maybe my opponent's on some stuff that I've never seen before. Because I guess we'll find out. I unmuted my mic. Yeah, I did. Okay. Flame Surge. That's gonna hit for just a decent bit of damage. We can go ahead and move some of that off at some point during the game. So, let's hold on. Let's do this. Let's grab a Roserade. Let's go do that. And I think we can deal with getting a second Roserade, because I think that'll bring us up to where we need to heal the KO, right? Yeah, I didn't grab the Roserade. That's Iono. Maybe we get something off of the Iono. I'm just playing like crazy, and I'm never punished for it. Let's go ahead and go into Roserade. And we can take a KO. Guess we'll see what else we can do here, because and our opponent just conceded, so that's gonna be game number 3. We ended up taking at least one with Cynthia's Garchomp, and our opponent basically had no idea what they're doing. So thank you guys for sticking around. You know, Cynthia's Garchomp is definitely one of the decks of all time. It's not the greatest, it's also not the worst. So hopefully you guys catch us in the next one.